Hey there! Today I want to talk to you about boundaries. And boundaries is a critical piece in how I work with my clients on stress management. Because so often what we find is that you're allowing a lot of yeses to impact the amount of nos that are affecting your health. My name is Erica Eller, and I am a certified wellness coach and nutritionist, and I focus on stress management to help women beat burnout and recover from adrenal fatigue. And today I wanted to talk about boundaries because that seems to be the missing piece for a lot of women, including my clients. And so what I've found, so often we are completely filling our lives with so many yeses. And those yeses are turning into nos for something else. So I want you to think about this. When you're constantly saying yes to everything that comes your way, especially as a high achiever, you feel that nobody else can do that job the way that you can. And you don't feel comfortable with handing it off to somebody else. And you definitely don't feel comfortable with saying no because you tend to worry that people will think you're not capable if you say no to something. But think about this. Your yes becomes less when you say yes to everything. There's an underlying tone of resentfulness that tends to come from it, right? Where you know that you shouldn't have said yes, but you say yes and you don't want to do it. And so then you're moving into that project or that obligation or that activity or that event without joy. And you're doing it simply because you feel like you had to do it, which then makes you less impactful. And you feel less impactful because you're taking on so much more than you really want to be taking on, and you're taking on so much more than what you are physically capable of taking on. When we say yes to something, it means that we're saying no to something else. Another thing is getting a no because we're saying yes to something else. And with women, that tends to be anything that has to do with their health. If we're saying yes to another meeting, then we're saying no to quiet time. If we're saying yes to another project, then we're saying no to family time. By saying yes, you're taking time away from the 24 hours that you're given in a day. So then the margin of time that you have to yourself, to focus on yourself, to focus on your health, gets diminished more and more as you say yes to something else. And I know this personally because I have allowed yeses to pop up. I have allowed myself to be reactive in yes, which causes me to say no. I don't have time to go to the gym. I don't have time to meal prep. I don't have time to just sit and be. I don't have time to take a deep breath. So if there's only 24 hours in a day, what is it that we're choosing to say yes to? The other piece in the boundaries is the boundary on what we're saying to ourselves. What is the audio in our own head? And something that I like to talk to my clients about, when they tell me the things that they're thinking in their head about how they should be more, do more, and it's echoing what society is telling us that as women we have to do, I ask them, would you speak this way to your daughter or your friend? And if you heard them saying these things to themselves or about themselves, what would you tell them? Because what we have going on in our head, the tape that's playing continuously where we're saying we don't feel like we're good enough, we're not doing enough, we should be better, we should have figured this out by now. You guys, mind and body are connected. Studies and research has shown that is definitely something that can't even be disputed. How you think impacts your health. And so when I have clients coming to me with symptoms of stress and they're chronically fatigued and they're just completely worn out, and more importantly, they're without joy, in their life, we have to go to what the mindset is, because stress starts in the mind. So when you think about boundaries and the things that you start to say no to, think about what you're saying yes to in terms of your overall sense of health and joy and peace. Because when we put those boundaries in place, it's completely healthy and it's necessary in order for you to recover from chronic stress. So think about the things that you can actually cross off your list, the things that you can say no to in order to open you up to a yes to your health, a yes to your family, a yes to your joy. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope that you find your yes by saying no. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.